Welcome back to American Latino TV. I'm Natasha Martinez. Up next, Julissa Arce is an emerging and leading voice in the fight for immigrant rights and education equality. She is the chairman and co-founder of the Ascend Educational Fund. It's a college scholarship and mentorship program for immigrant students in New York City, regardless of immigration status. She made national and international headlines when she revealed that she had achieved the American dream of wealth and status at Goldman Sachs while being undocumented. Julissa will use her inspirational story to change the conversation about immigration in her book, My Underground American Dream. The book explores the polarizing question, what is the true cost of the American dream? Well, we'll have Julissa giving us her answer right here on American Latino TV.
Heroes is brought to you by the U.S. Army.
Hi, my name is Julissa Arce. I am an author and an immigrant rights advocate. I came from the U.S. from Mexico when I was 11 years old. And when I was 14, the tourist visa that I used to come here expired and I became undocumented. I didn't really understand what it meant to be undocumented when I was 14 years old. And it wasn't until it was time to apply for college that I realized, oh, being undocumented is going to be an issue. I applied to college, and I kept getting rejected from every college that I applied to, mostly because I didn't have documents that allowed me to apply for college and apply for financial aid. But in 2001, Texas became the first state in the U.S. to allow undocumented students to go to college. And because of that law, I was able to apply to college and be admitted to the University of Texas at Austin. And I went to UT, and I was just like any other college student, except for the fact that I still wasn't eligible for financial aid, so I had to work every weekend selling funnel cakes in San Antonio, which is about 80 miles away from Austin. I'd take a Greyhound bus and go sell funnel cakes and then come back to school on Sunday night to go to class on Monday. And then throughout that process, I developed this idea that if I could just get enough money, if I could just achieve enough professionally and financially, then maybe somehow I would be able to fix my immigration status. And so with that in mind, I started to think about Wall Street, and I started to think that Wall Street was a way to get me to those goals that I had in order to fix my immigration status. I remember thinking, if I don't at least try, then the answer's already no. And so I took that really big risk. I used those documents and then prayed that they would work, that I would pass a background check, that my documents wouldn't raise any red flags, and they worked. So I eventually was married. I was married to a U.S. citizen. Because he's a U.S. citizen, then I was able to adjust my status. To me, paying it forward, giving it back through AEF is one of the things that I am most proud of. In some ways, even more proud of that having worked at Goldman Sachs. Sort of going through that process and realizing how unavailable this process is to people. I felt this really big sense of responsibility to do something about it, to do something about fixing the immigration system, and to do something about the way that people think about undocumented immigrants. I realized that by sharing my story, I could, one, inspire and empower other people who are going through my situation, and two, hopefully change some minds. Other young Latinas can look at their future and know that there is a future for them, that they can do anything they want to. And if they want to be Wall Street bankers, let them go be Wall Street bankers. And for the last couple of years, I've really dedicated my life to advancing the rights of immigrants through providing educational opportunities through a scholarship fund that I co-founded in New York City. We've given out $200,000 in the last 4 years. It's called the Ascend Educational Fund. All of these sort of stories are what I talk about in my book, My Underground American Dream. The core of the book is about the cost of pursuing this dream that wasn't really made for me.